50 Cent and Eminem are teaming up to go after Diddy. 50 Cent just explained something the industry has quietly known for decades. Eminem was never scared of Diddy. Back in the late 90s and early 2000s, when Eminem first started rapping, Diddy basically controlled the industry. Bad Boy was topping charts and Diddy was friends with everyone. Music executives, movie studios, and even presidents were all friends with Diddy.
Yeah, there you go.
Y'all, thank you. And I just want to say how much I appreciate Puff Daddy for doing the kinds of work that he's doing, because he doesn't have to do this. But this is part of what is important about giving back.
Yes, we applaud you, and I want to apologize for not sweating, but I do this so much. I'm so cool. I just want y'all to see everybody I'm interviewing is sweating. I'm not even touching my brow. I'm so cool, and I want to apologize. I ain't trying to make you look bad or nothing like that, but I'm just so cool. We
T-shirt. I tell you, if he was wearing one of those fancy designer clothes he's designing, he'd be sweating just like.
While most rappers played politics, avoided names, and remained silent, Eminem kept his distance from Puff from day one. He signed to Dr. Dre's studio Aftermath in 1998. But even before this, back in 1996, Eminem was rapping as an underground artist. In one of his demo tapes, Eminem rapped original Bad Boy on the case. Cover Your Face came in. The place blowed and sprayed Puffy with mace. This was the first time Eminem had publicly taken a shot at Diddy. And what's important is when it happened, Eminem wasn't famous. He wasn't protected. He wasn't even signed to any labels. But even back then, he wasn't afraid to name names. Most artists were desperate to sign with Bad Boy, but not Eminem. He was dissing the biggest music executive on the planet.
I ain't never made a call to Diddy, really? I got Diddy's number, just hit him up. Yo, Diddy, what up? Never happened.
And it wasn't just Diddy that Eminem was staying away from. Suge Knight, CEO of Death Row Records, was another industry giant. Suge was just as bad as Diddy. He was regularly in prison on charges and was even connected to a murder. Suge built Death Row Records on intimidation, violence, and silence. Allegedly, Suge would physically beat artists who didn't agree with him. Tupac, Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, some of the biggest names in hip-hop were under his umbrella, and crossing Suge was seen as career suicide. Eminem, however, wasn't interested. Every other artist was scared of Suge, but Eminem stood his ground every time he was threatened. This became clear when Suge Knight showed up to the set of 50 Cent's In Day Club video with known gang members. While everyone else panicked, Eminem did the opposite. He walked straight outside to confront him.
In the club video shoot, and man, I just couldn't believe it. I didn't understand. Like, so we in the video, all you heard was, Suge is coming! Yo, bro, Suge is coming! So I'm like, yo, I swear to God, cameras are falling, dancers are running, lights. Everybody's running, Suge is coming! So we couldn't believe it. Like, I'm from New York, I never seen no shit like that. So it's like, fight these Mexican blood killer. He's got the shit on their forehead, eyes, 118th. Or go back home to the crib. Might as well go all out, fight right here. We around Dr. Dre, so it's like, yo, we gotta do what we gotta do.
So what happened? He lights the cigar and then
he just lights the cigar, and it's the how should. He light the cigar and he trying to see what you gonna do. So Eminem, 50, everybody outside, light the cigar. I was bugging because I seen, this is when I knew Eminem was real. He's like, I don't give a man. This is when I knew, I'm like, damn, Eminem is a real. These niggas 50 outside, what's up? And then Suge just walked away. The Mexican looked kind of confused, like they didn't know what's going on. But came outside. Eminem came outside 100%.
Wow. Oh, what did I miss? Okay.
And Eminem was like, yo, I don't give a man. Give a man. Because you remember, it's documented, Proof told Suge, yo, you Tupac in the middle of a party. Remember, them Detroit are kind of crazy, bro.
Suge never expected Eminem to stand up to him. He figured Eminem would just get in line like everyone else. But Eminem didn't fear him or Diddy. He knew that they didn't need any handouts, and he was talented enough to make it anywhere. He was a better rapper than Suge or Diddy ever could be. And even they knew this dot in.
There's a lot of beefs. You got a lot of beefs. A lot of the rappers are separated. You can't have 50. Ain't nowhere near Ja Rule. You know, you can't have Jay-Z near Nas. Nobody got no beef with Eminem. Ain't no rapper popping nothing about Eminem. Ain't nobody saying nothing. I'm not even gonna say nothing bad about Eminem. Cause way too much stuff rhymes with rock, right? But Eminem don't even like his own mama. So Lord knows what he'll say about Joe Black, okay?
Suge even said this in
Checking me, that's a laughing matter, you know. I mean, it's ridiculous. But at the same time, Eminem, you know. I'm not a rapper. I'm quite sure you can out-rap me.
Years later, Suge admitted that Eminem wasn't like anyone else he had dealt with. Em even wrote a diss against Suge, saying that the violent environment he and Puffy created was responsible for the death of Tupac and Biggie. From the 1994 shooting at Quad Studios to the East Coast-West Coast feud that both Tupac and Biggie, Diddy and Suge were behind it all, and both Tupac and Biggie suspected it, too. Eminem even included a verse about this in his leaked Smack You diss track. Eminem wasn't afraid of anybody. Suge, the boogeyman of hip-hop, couldn't scare him. So, Diddy never stood a chance. Eminem's success meant that even if you hated him, you couldn't deny the fact that he was talented. Diddy even had to hand him a Grammy in 2003 for the Eminem Show.
Woo! This is a tight one. And the winner is Eminem, the Eminem Show. Yes, sir.
Two would never beef head-to-head, but Eminem would continue to release verses that dissed Diddy. Eminem's disses weren't always straightforward, but when they were, they hit hard. On Fuel, he raps lines that reference the violence and politics of the 90s rap scene, hinting at the role Diddy and others played in the deaths of Tupac and Biggie. One verse goes, "Rip Biggie and Pac, both of y'all should be living, but I ain't trying to beef with him 'cause might put a hit on me like Kef D. Get him." Now, in case you didn't know, Kef D, aka Dwayne Keith Davis, is a former Southside Compton Crips gang member who was charged in connection with the 1996 of Tupac Shakur. Kef D was the person Diddy allegedly hired for the hit on Tupac. This was first mentioned in a 2015 documentary, and now again in 50 Cent's documentary The Reckoning.
During the Biggie Smalls investigation in the early 2000s, the filing reads, the 3 LAPD and FBI agents were part of a task force to solve the shooting of rapper Notorious B.I.G., also known as Biggie Smalls, legal name Christopher Wallace. The task force, through a sophisticated criminal investigation, obtained sufficient evidence that would prove Mr. Davis was the leader of the Southside Crips and his gang was responsible for over 360 kilos of and PCP. Mr. Davis provided 3 interviews to obtain immunity from prosecution. The final interview were solely questions regarding the Tupac Shakur which Mr. Davis was also provided immunity from prosecution. So during a December 2008 interview with investigators, that is when Davis allegedly started to spill the beans about his one-time friend, Sean Combs, who he refers to as Puffy. He claims Sean Puffy Combs solicited Mr. Davis to kill Suge Knight and Tupac Shakur for $1 million. Eric Zip Martin, an associate of Puffy Combs, provided Mr. Davis with a gun to exact revenge on Tupac Shakur for the beating Mr. Anderson received. Now, Davis reportedly told the investigators that even though the job had been partially completed and Shakur was killed, neither he nor Anderson ever got paid. He later revealed that he believes Combs had paid the go-between Zip Martin, who he claims kept the money for himself. And he said much of the same thing in a 2009 interview a year later, because according to the motion to dismiss, the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department, as far back as 2009, was in possession of the same set of facts that the Clark County District Attorney is now alleging makes Mr. Davis responsible for the Tupac Shakur. The Clark County District Attorney's Office has offered no reason as to why it waited another 14 years to prosecute a case against Mr. Davis. Mr. Davis has been irreversibly prejudiced by this unnecessary delay in prosecution of this case, and Mr. Davis's constitutional rights have been violated in an extraordinary manner never before witnessed in the annals of the American criminal justice system.
Just to give you a sense of how dangerous Diddy is, Kef D filed a lawsuit against Diddy, accusing him of being the one responsible for Tupac's death. Days later, he was attacked and almost imprisoned.
We have an update now on Dwayne Keefe D. Davis. He's charged in the Tupac Shakur. Davis was in court again this morning after a fight with another inmate. Fox 5's Mike Allen walks us through what happened.
Dwayne Davis is answering for a jailhouse brawl. Here's what court records show, along with images from surveillance video released by Las Vegas Justice Court. On December 23rd, Davis was being escorted back into his cell when another inmate Rockland Hamilton, who's also facing a charge, is standing to the right by a sink in this room. Hamilton walked over to Davis and squared up, looking ready to fight. They started throwing punches and grappling, and the officer escorting Davis called for backup, gave verbal commands too for the inmates to stop fighting, and then hit them with pepper spray. Before backup officers arrived, the two inmates kept grappling and throwing punches and were eventually separated after backup officers got into the room. Both Davis and Hamilton face battery by prisoner charges. Mike Allen, Fox 5 News, local Las Vegas.
Interestingly, around the same time, an investigation into the Moore Tupac Shakur was restarted by Tupac's family. Tupac Shakur's family has started an investigation looking into and hired lawyer Alex Spiro. Tupac's brother, Moper Shakur, has also given a statement on the incident and talked about how he's suspicious of Diddy.
Court TV has just confirmed that the family of Tupac Shakur is investigating a potential link between the murder of Tupac and Sean Diddy Combs. This coming from attorney Alex Spiro, who represents Tupac's family. Now, this investigation had been previously reported by unnamed sources, but earlier today, Spiro confirmed to our Court TV team that he and a team of investigators has been hired.
Sean Combs allegedly had business dealings with Dwayne Keefe D. Davis, who will go on trial next March for the murder of Tupac. This was back in 1996. Some have speculated that Diddy ordered Tupac's death. That, of course, is just a theory at this point, and we are monitoring the developments in both the Tupac trial and the federal indictment of Sean Diddy Combs. So a lot of information to come on that one.
Let me ask you this. I get it. When you have a case that's 5 years old, it's hard to get overwhelming evidence that meets the burden of proof beyond a reasonable doubt. When you have cases this old, no matter what Fiddy has found out and put in this documentary, do you see it at all ever possible that Diddy could be involved in a murder trial when it comes to Biggie and Tupac?
It could be possible, yes. However, like I said, they need a lot of corroboration to make that stick, because it's really alleged right now as to his involvement. It's not anything that's substantial or concrete that he was involved. It's personally from people talking about it and saying this is what happened. You need some more information to come forward to prove that.
On Piers Morgan and Censored, Mop explained that Diddy personally called him to say he had nothing to do with Tupac's. What makes this call significant is not just the denial, but the timing. Diddy rarely addresses these allegations head-on, and even more rarely reaches out privately to Tupac's family. To some, this sounded like an attempt to clear his...
What's interesting to me about your involvement in this is that Diddy actually called you after an LA Times article in 2008 alleging he'd been involved in your brother's death. What did he say that day when he called you?
He was in town. He was in LA at the time. He was on the radio. He asked a local DJ that we all know, Big Boy, to reach out to me because he wanted to speak to me about something. This is a few years after Pac's, and we all were familiar with all the rumors and stuff. I said, yeah, let me talk to him. So he called me, and I had my guys with me, Thug Life guys, and we heard what he had to say. He basically said he ain't have nothing to do with my brother's brother. And I told him the truth is still yet to come out, so we're gonna see. Here we are 27, 28 years later. It looks like there's some doubt in that statement. So, thus, along with all the other suspicions that people had, it was time for it to be investigated.
In a statement at the time, Diddy declared, "This story is a lie, the LA Times story. Neither I nor the late Notorious had any knowledge of any attack on Tupac before, during, or after it happened." Do you think that was an honest statement?
My opinion is that I don't believe it was 100% honest statement.
And who can forget Tupac's interview after the Quad Studio shooting, where he openly named Diddy.
Puffy was involved in the shooting. Only they can answer that question. I have my own opinion, but I wouldn't slander their name like they did mine. I wouldn't say things that I knew, you know what I mean? I believe so. I do believe so. I have proved things that I can say that will back up my claim, but this is not for the world to know about. You know what I mean? It's between me and him, and only he knows. So every time he say it didn't happen, or that's the only thing that makes this become an issue to everybody. Because you seen what I said in the Vibe article. I basically bowed out and was going to go ahead about my life. The next issue, that wasn't even the next issue, because them cowards waited about 4 issues before they got their story together. 4 issues later, half of New Yorkers commenting on me getting shot. And before, they was all like, we didn't see nothing. In the first issue, read it, Vibe viewers. Nobody seen shit. The 4th issue, when they came back with a reply, everybody knew what I did. They knew what I said. I was acting. Who gets shot 5 times in acts? Oh, I didn't get shot 5 times in their vision. I only got shot once because they found the bullet. The police found it, but now they the cops. Now they doing detective work. They found the bullet. Oh, you found the bullet, huh? So what is this other shit he did? What was the doctors talking about? What? Can you explain these other holes in me? How I get gunpowder all over me? That insulted my intelligence. So yes, I did say Thug Life was there. Yes, I bowed out, all of that. But when they said that, they breathed new life in me.
And who can forget Tupac's interview after the Quad Studio shooting, where he openly named Diddy.
This is what Diddy doing, y'all. All right, the diddler has sent 50 Cent some damn flowers while he locked up, bro. All right, we all know Diddy is mad about this whole docu-series that 50 put out on Netflix and is #1 going crazy, so you know he mad. Now, according to 50, all right, these are some warning flowers. Y'all know how Diddy used to get down. You know, he used to send people shit in the mail. He'll send a nigga to blow up a car. Y'all know how he get down. So if he mad, clearly he's mad about this documentary. Bro sent 50 some flowers at his hotel while he was in Miami, bro. Now, I ain't gonna show the address on these flowers, but 50 posted the whole address. Now, in the caption, 50 said, "What kind of gay is this? Diddy send me flowers at Club 11, LOL. LOL, why all the foreplay? Get busy, you know I'm stupid." Then he commented again and said, "A warning, I'm 90s grimy. You don't warn me, LOL." So y'all know why Diddy sent this. He ain't send it because he happy or proud of 50 for dropping this goddamn docuseries on his demon.
Now 50 Cent has been right there with Eminem all along the way, and he's investigating the same in his recent docu-series. Much like Keef D, who was attacked for trying to expose Diddy, 50 has also been receiving threats. Just last week, 50 posted on Instagram saying that he had received funeral flowers from Diddy.
Diddy has filed an appeal asking a federal court to overturn his Mann Act convictions and 50-month sentence, or at least cut the sentence and release him much sooner.
Diddy has filed his appeal motion and he wants out of jail immediately. And the media is acting like this is some bombshell new information that Diddy filed his appeal, but we knew this for months that Diddy was filing an appeal. His motion for his arguments on why he wants the appeal was just due today. So this is the motion that we are seeing him submit. And Diddy is using the same arguments that we've already heard him talk about. He is claiming that the judge acted like a 13th juror and gave him a sentence that was way higher than normal. Diddy is claiming that he believes that he should only have to sit 15 months at the most, and said that the judge sentenced him higher based off of other conduct that he was acquitted of. Now, when sentencing Diddy, he said that throughout this trial, he saw clear indications that Diddy was violent towards these women, and he was also doing other things like threatening these women with freak-off tapes. And in federal court, you have a thing called guideline ranges, and the judge actually didn't even go with the probation department's guideline ranges. He actually went lower, and the probation department is just a neutral party that looks at the case as a whole and says, we think you should sentence him to this much time. And the judge still went lower than that. And the judge explained it very well on why he came to the sentence that he did for Diddy. And like I said, it was even more lenient than the probation department. The probation department wanted more time. And he also said, I want to make it clear for the record that I am not sentencing you based on your acquitted conduct, but I am sentencing you based off things that I saw with my own eyes during this trial that can't just be misconstrued. When Diddy's sentencing came out, I said that I felt like the judge was saying this stuff on the record and also sentenced him the way he did because he already knew that Diddy was going to file an appeal because Diddy said this before his sentence was even given to him. He kept putting the judge on notice that he was going to file an appeal because he didn't even feel like he should have been found guilty of the 2 transportation charges. Prosecution still has a whole another month until their response to Diddy's appeal motion is even due. So it's still gonna be a while before we even get through this process. This man literally dodged the bullet of life in prison and he's still complaining.
The only reason Diddy is behind bars right now is because of the spotlight that 50 and Eminem put on him. Now, Diddy is trying his absolute best to get out. Diddy has filed an appeal asking a federal court to overturn his Mann Act convictions and 50-month sentence, or at least cut the sentence and release him much sooner.
Isn't fazed by the online hate after some social media users called the rapper, quote, petty for producing the Netflix documentary Sean Combs' The Reckoning. 50 Cent tells the Go Derby in an interview published December 9th that he really doesn't sweat the criticism, saying, I accept that, I'll take that, I'll wear that. I have antics that I have become comfortable with on social media. And while some believe the docuseries is a, quote, hit piece on Combs, the rapper maintains that was never the intent, explaining they did characterize it as a hit piece in the very beginning. It's because they didn't get a chance to watch it when they were saying that. And then after they see it, you see everyone's changed their mind and it's become the #1 doc. And as for Combs' thought on the Netflix series, the mogul spoke out against his rival shortly before the project hit the platform, with his attorney telling Variety on December 1st, Netflix's so-called documentary is a shameful hit piece. Netflix relied on stolen footage that was never authorized for release. As Netflix and CEO Ted Sarandos know, Mr. Combs has been amassing footage since he was 19 to tell his own story in his own way. It is fundamentally unfair and illegal for Netflix to misappropriate that work.
Either way, that some people in the industry are still protecting Diddy is crazy. What's even crazier is how they're attacking 50 and calling him petty. 50 laughed off the criticism and makes it clear that this isn't about trolling or personal grudges. According to 50, if speaking on alleged abuse, intimidation, and decades of industry silence makes him petty, then he's fine with that label.